Hello and welcome to the blood-splattered streets of Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. This is episode 22 of our Let's Play, Let's Learn tutorial for this game. And as you can see, we are standing in the midst of the carnage from our last episode. We had come over to the town to do some looting and investigating. Got the car, for the police car, started up and taken back to our base. Came back, grabbed our cart, and wandered over towards the turrets that we had found earlier, just south of the fire station. One of the turrets had run out of bullets finally, and the zombies that were near it were starting to get back up again, so I wanted to come over and get those taken care of as quickly as I could. We ended up making a mistake. I had forgotten that the turrets explode when you finish them off, and I stood right next to one and blew it up and did myself a whole bunch of damage. Not anything deep to one particular area, but spread across a bunch, so you can see the hit points are listed here. I've taken some taps. We're in pain from the explosion, and if we take a look at our condition, we've got our painkillers running already, so the pain will subside over time. I'll just have to try to avoid contact with the enemy here for a little bit, because we've got some pretty strong negatives with a pain factor that high. If we move over here and take a look, yeah, it's hitting all of our stats as well as our speed, so we want to keep an eye on that and make sure we manage that. I don't like to take too many painkillers because we've got an addictive personality, but we'll do what we have to stay functional. So beyond that, we've got a big mess to sort through. So the turrets have been taking care of some zombies in the area, so there's lots of bodies laying around, and we killed a few ourselves and got everything pulped, I believe, here in the local area. Now we do still have a live turret off to our east that we want to be careful about. I'm not certain it's actually out of bullets yet, so it's only had a few things come close to it, and I think it's still live, so not much over there to look at. One crawling zombie, he's no worry. And a dog's not going to be a problem. Another dog. So, not much over here, so I'm not too worried about these getting back up anytime soon, and if they do, the turret will just shoot them down again. So, I'm going to leave that turret alone. I don't want to get any closer to it. I do want to check out the loot in these cars and the various corpses here, though. So, while we let our pain subside and we catch our breath, we're going to do some looting. So, I've got nothing in the area that is worrying me at the moment other than that turret, so I think it's pretty clean, so let's just get to looting. Alright, so we'll kind of do this. Yep, I know about the turret. We'll turn off safe mode for now, and let's take a look at a few things. I am going to bring up the fast or automatic inventory, and we'll set that to all. Set that to our cart that we're just going to dump things into. And let's see, I'm not going to worry about those. Cargo pants that fit are always a good thing. It's filthy, but I have high hopes later we'll be able to use some stuff. So I think I'm actually going to leave most of that here for now until we locate some soap. I know and I'll remember that there's a bunch of bodies over here with these kinds of items that we can pick up. So I'm just going to leave that. Scrap metal and steel is pretty easy to come by, so we're going to leave that as well. I'm just after the high value and usability items. We'll go ahead and take the food. There's a backpack there, but we've got a couple of those already that we need to get cleaned up, so I'm not worried about that. And just more raw materials from the vehicle. Let's take a look at the vehicle. It's got some gas and a battery. This is another ambulance, so we're going to need to look in the back bay, see if it's got anything we can loot. No wheels, so it's not moving, but it's a source of gas that we can siphon for our vehicle. Looks like there is something in the back there, so we will take a look. Alright, there's what we wanted. First aid kits. Inhaler, not so important for us at the moment. But the first aid kits are a wonderful find. So let's take a look at those. We built some improvised kits earlier, but these are full-on first aid kits. So if we take a look down here in drugs at the first aid kits. Alright, so you'll see here full medical kit with bandages, local anesthetics, and rapid healing agents used for healing large amounts of damage. So you can see the base healing numbers here, better than the improvised kits, and then chance to heal in a percentage for these various conditions. So bleeding, a bite, infection, and so that's the biggest benefit, is a much larger healing factor if I do have something get critically low, as well as these prevention items. So very, very important to carry these around. Alright. Grab the card again, and this used to be a body up, probably a cop. Let's take a look what we got here. Cash card we're grabbing. Ooh, he's got an enforcer. So this is a handgun, so you can see the stats here. Falls into the handgun category. It's got a 6-round capacity of 45 caliber ammo, and it's a revolver. And it notes here, an auto revolver. This Leadworks LLC 6-shooter combines the ease of action of a semi-auto with the ease of reloading and style of a revolver. It achieved overnight stardom when it appeared in Treasure Trail, a popular space western series running from 2030 through 2037. Alright, so we'll definitely pick up any weapons we find. What else we got? Another small fire extinguisher. I'll probably grab it and throw it in the cart. So let's grab the cash card, the extinguisher, the gun. Something to note, these clothes items, like the cargo pants, are not filthy. So this is a cop that had not been zombified, so we'll go ahead and grab the cargo shirt, or the cargo pants that is. The rest we're going to butcher. Oops, we're going to butcher in place. And cut everything up. Alright, and what else we got here? We're taking the leather patches. Heck yeah, I know we needed that for repairing things. Although in the review when I was processing the last episode, I think I noticed a combat result that something we were fighting actually destroyed my leather pants. So, we're going to need these for the future though. Rags are easy to come by, I'm not worried about. Sinew, not a problem. Let's grab some of this stuff. Alright. And food that's already rotted away. What else we got? We'll work our way through the piles here. Ooh, a Glock 19 with 15 shots. Great. Now, what else we got here? Nothing that I'm too excited about that fits. Bunch of pulped zombies and some ammo casings. How about here? Cash card and glow stick we'll grab. And oh, got a tough zombie corpse here that hasn't been pulped yet. He is Alright, so we missed him in our spree earlier, getting everything taken care of, so now he's pulped. Alright. And full of 2x4s. That's probably from the broken barricade. And let's go ahead and grab those. Oh, actually 8 2x4s. Alright. We can unload them from the cart if we need to. Make room for something else. Alright. I think that's coming close to everything here in this immediate area. Oh, an iBot. Uh-oh. Take a look down here. iBot. A fusion-driven UAV largely comprised of a high-resolution camera lens, this spheroid robot hovers above the ground, silent witness to the carnage and mayhem around it. Alright, it's a little spy. It will keep an eye on you and call in law enforcement, robotic law enforcement on occasion. What do we got up here? Another cash card and a light jacket that fits. Could be useful. We'll go ahead and grab that. The rest of it we're just going to cut up. And take the leather patches. Alright. How's the vehicle status? So 3% gas and battery. It's got the wheels. And the equipment in the driver's seat is okay, pretty battered. And the engine's actually okay, so it could probably run. But we've got a better conditioned car already. We'll keep an eye on that. So, got the ambulance there. What do we got down here? Got a few more items. Got a minefield we got to be careful about. So, another cash card. Looks like another sheriff. And look here. We took a lot of damage to various locations. We're still wearing the cargo pants, so we're okay there. And how are we doing? Encumbrance is still at 30 on our torso. Alright. Nothing there that's interesting to me. Gotta be careful of where that other turret is. I could probably get to this pile. There is more. Ooh, a riot helmet. I want to get to this pile. Hello! The turret fires its submachine gun. From the northeast you hear bang, the turret fires. So he's trying to shoot us. So, we know he's still got bullets. I'm kind of surprised he was able to shoot me from that angle behind the car. I'm assuming he was shooting at me. I can't see anything else in the area. Alright, with the submachine gun this far away, it's kind of hard for him to hit, so... Alright, cash card. Alright, a couple of really good things. We've got an expandable baton. I'm happy to see that. We're going to use that as our skeleton bashing weapon. So, grab that. Steel-toed boots, pretty heavily damaged. Cargo pants. The riot helmet is the other thing I was pretty happy about. And the two-way radio... Oh, alright. Is he shooting at me, or is he shooting... I think that's the iBot way over there. Oh, there's a dog somewhere nearby as well. Heavily injured dog, so... I don't know. That's awful far away. Well, that's fine. We'll unload the radio. Alright. Oh, he's shooting through the police car. He's trying to shoot me through the car. So it says here, turret fires, the police car's trunk is destroyed. Trunk door is destroyed. Alright. Whoa! Hello! Alright, now he's actually getting shots in. We got hit in the torso for 15, and the bullet punched through our long underwear and our utility vest. Alright, we need to get out of here. I'm not picking anything up. And now he just killed the dog. Alright. Not worth messing with. I don't know how many more rounds he might have, and I got better things to do than to get shot by a turret that's not going to give me anything. So, alright, we got everything I was hoping for over there, so I'm happy. And let's look at... We'll carry the expandable baton with us for now. And... alright, let's use this. On the right, my inventory, throw... Tossing some stuff into the cart. Keep my personal inventory freed up if I need to grab something quick and go. Alright, that riot helmet. Let's wear the riot helmet. Alright, so we got a nice fancy riot helmet on. Now there are some things we've got to be careful of, so let's take a look at our head encumbrance. So we're wearing a rain hood, a balaclava, and a riot helmet together. And you can see our head, eyes, and mouth have got fairly substantial encumbrance now, 22, 21, and 25. And you can see here, when you're highlighting a inventory item, it will show in green what areas it's being affected by that. So these three categories are being affected by the riot helmet, and each of these has an important thing we have to be aware of in regards to encumbrance and the negative effects. So if we move over here and then highlight our head section in this encumbrance area, you can see here the head has not any real effect that you have to worry about. There's a limit to what types of things you can layer in that location, but it doesn't have any negative consequences in regards to combat. Now the eyes and the mouth are going to have some effects. So the eyes, you can see perception with my current encumbrance is -2 when checking for traps or firing ranged weapons, and also I'm getting increased dispersion when throwing items. So that means it's harder for me to be accurate with thrown items because of the encumbrance from the face shield from the eyes. And then mouth, covering your mouth will make it more difficult to breathe and catch your breath. So the higher your encumbrance for your mouth is, the harder it is for your stamina to recover. So both important considerations, but the benefit is that the riot helmet, we bring up its details, gives really good protection values. So 8 bash, 8 cut, 2 acid, and 2 environmental. So at the moment, given how flimsy we are otherwise, I'm going to live with those minor problems. I'm not using ranged weapons that much, and I'm typically letting things get right up in my face before I fire. So if I were trying to do sniping with a long-range rifle, this would not be a good setup, because that long-range penalty would be pretty bad. But I think this is an acceptable trade-off. I'm going to get a lot of really good protection value on my head, and I don't remember if I've mentioned it before, but of your hit point locations, the two that absolutely cannot get down to 0 are the head and torso. Your arms and legs, you can actually lose the entire progress bar, your entire hit point bar, and still be able to function and still be able to survive. Typically you'll end up with broken legs and arms, and you've got to wait a pretty long time with splints in order to get those conditions repaired and get them back to full effectiveness. But if either your head or your torso drops to 0 hit points, you're dead. So those two are critical. So making sure you've got good protective layering on the head and torso is very, very important. Alright, so moving on, let's go ahead and we've got nothing in sight other than the turret. Let's check our map real quick. So we've cleared out this lower area. Oops, let's actually get rid of our police car note on our map. We've moved that. It's no longer there. It's parked safely at our base. Alright, and what do we want to do? We've got the minefield that we need to worry about there. I think we're done pretty much everything north except for that power substation and the shock zombies that are up there and the electrical worker. But I wanted to get down south, especially clear out the rest of the zombies and get to those veterinarian clinics. So let's do this. Let's take the road. We'll kind of take a peek at some vehicles just to get an idea of how much gas and other items they might have. I'm not going to be tearing seatbelts out for the moment like I usually do. Alright, and this vehicle, or this building below us on the map, we've already explored. That's a house. Alright, we'll just work our way around here. We've got some zombies and, ooh, a shocker zombie, skeleton, and skeleton dog. Are they all to our south? The shocker zombie is the one I'm most concerned about. Alright. So he's in that grouping down here. Let's go ahead and move south. I do want to get these taken care of. We're trying to do a full clear of the town so we can be a little safer and just doing a quick loot run. Alright, so we got skeletal, and shocker zombie. Debating just getting out the expandable baton to take care of the skeletals. The shocker zombie, I'm going to try to, well, no, I forgot I'm already in pretty heavy pain. I don't want to face a shocker zombie right now, actually. Let's see here how to approach this. We're gonna get the skeleton and the shocker zombies. The dog's in the house. He's gonna come through that window when he spots us. They've all spotted us. Alright, so they're all gonna come right at me. They're all gonna get to me about the same time. Let's try to split these guys up a bit if we can. I'm gonna go into run mode and head northwest. That's the place that I know is clearest. Get behind these vehicles and see how these guys sort themselves out. Alright, so the dog is still in the house, so we've only got the two to worry about. I'm going to leave my cart here, and I think I'm just going to rely on the knife spear and the throwing sticks. Let's go ahead and eat another aspirin and give this a try. What I'm worried about is the toss of his electrical attack. As soon as that happens, I've got to get out of the electrical field if I'm in it, and then also get to him and kill him before he gets another shot off. Alright, so the skeleton's coming first. Alright, well, he landed that and I'm in it, so let's get out of it. And I wish the shocker zombie was ahead of the skeleton, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. Alright, not a good start. My poncho just got destroyed. Yeah, this is not going well. Heavily injured, come on. They're getting too many attacks. Alright, got that part done, but the skeleton... Get some distance between us here. Alright, got him kind of trapped into the car. Let's activate the expandable baton, wield the expandable baton. Alright. And the expandable baton got 12 bash with a +2 hit bonus, and it only takes 89 moves to do an attack with it, and it's got the block ability. So it can't reach attack, but it's great for blunt weapon damage, and that's what this guy needs. You need blunt weapons against skeletons typically. Alright, well, that was a little more painful than I was hoping. We managed it. Alright, let's grab the cart, turn off our run mode, and there's the shocker zombie corpse. We're going to butcher him, and we're going to hope for some bionic modules. Nope, didn't get any. 2 burnt out bionics. Oh well. I always hope. And we'll come south. Let's switch back to our knife spear. Alright, southwest. That's the minefield out behind those first houses that we looted. So something's up and moving around there again. I think we've checked this pile before. Keep working our way south. What do we got coming? Another stupid skeleton. Alright. Awful lot of these skeletons running around this town. And we'll let him come at me. I'm going to throw some sticks at him, get us some practice, maybe get some damage in. Or not. Man, we're just getting our clothing torn up. We're going to have to do a complete refit by the time we get back to our base. Alright, got the sticks again. We'll just keep heading down the street. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, a leather backpack again. Filthy, but I'm going to grab it, so my optimism for finding soap shall not wane. Okay. In the back seat of that. Already checked the ambulance. Alright, so we're getting down to areas where I haven't done as full of a clear of zombies, so depending on what we find, I might have to back away. Our pain is still staying pretty high. That's making me unhappy. I was expecting that to come down a little faster, but we keep getting tapped by bad guys, which is keeping that up. That's not a good thing, so I do want to be a little careful. So far, things are pretty clear. Ambulances... Oh, Spitter Zombie. That's not gonna make me happy. I do not want to face one of those in my current condition. Alright, where are you at, Spitter Zombie? Way down... Everything's way down south. Zombie, a couple squirrels, and there's the Spitter. Alright. 58, pretty much due south. Huh. I am too hurt to deal with a Spitter Zombie. Can't take the chance of getting an acid pool, and our clothes are getting wrecked pretty hard. We've lost at least one piece, and we've got a bunch of others that are about to fall off. So, let's work our way back up this direction away from that Spitter Zombie. See if we can find something a little easier for us to take care of. Alright, Grappler Zombie's no problem. Standard Zombie would be no problem. Alright, so we haven't spent much time in this area. What's that just north of me? That's, oh yeah, the wreck tank. Let's come south this way this time, and... Alright, we got a zombie coming towards us. That's the Grappler Zombie. That one... And somebody is trying to break through a wall. Alright, let's let go of the cart, and I'm going to let him come to me. He's going to reach out and grab me here. Right... Yep, right there. The Grappler Zombie's arms fly out and pull and grab you. Alright. Ah, there goes our utility vest. Now I'm getting angry. Man. Sling pack. Go ahead and grab the sling pack. Alright. Now we're getting a bit too weak. If I get surprised, we're going to have a lot of problems. And we've got too much of our inventory is just getting torn up right now. I need to get some better coverage on the exterior so that these hits don't penetrate and keep destroying all my gear. How close are we? Where are we at? We've got a bar, so probably a good source of alcohol. I could use a little bit more of that for some recipes. Let's see if we can poke our head into the bar, but then we're probably going to have to call a retreat here pretty quick. Oops, what do we got south of us? Zombies, alright. Let's jump in real quick and take a look at matchbook, alright. Alright, a couple standard zombies. I'll be able to deal with that. I'm letting go of the cart because it does slow you down a bit. I'll show you how you can tell that here in just a moment. Alright, switch into run mode so I can keep some distance here. Trying to avoid... Okay, nothing there. The other zombie's gonna work its way through the car. Alright, we'll grab the cash card. Don't care about the rest for now. Alright, so if you look right here, there's a speed number. I believe this is your base default speed, but this number here is what I want to look at. This indicates how many movement points your last step cost you. So if I have the cart and I try to move one space on the sidewalk, you can see it took me 82 points, movement points, to move with the cart that one space. So if I back up again, let go of the cart and move, it only took 72. So the cart is adding 10 movement points to each space that I move while I drag it around behind me. So it is having an effect. You want to be aware of that. But for general purposes, the additional cargo space that you've got for looting and storing things with is vastly outweighs the movement point cost that it takes to drag it around. Now that's why you see me let go of it before I go into combat on occasion. Certain monsters, I won't care if I feel I'm pretty heavily layered and got good armor and health and so on. I'll just keep a hold of it and just kill things. But if there's ever a doubt, and I think I might need some extra movement points, I'll let go of it before I start fighting. Alright, so we came around the edge of this building and we can see down the street now to the areas we haven't really been yet. And there's some firefighter zombies, zombie child, bloated zombie. Nothing dangerous, so I could probably take those things pretty easily, but in our weakened condition and with the pain we're in, I just want to be careful. And unfortunately, that's too many probably for us to deal with. And I'm just not able to kind of work my way into an area that I'm going to get to what I need. So I think it would be best, I'm going to need to play safe rather than sorry and actually pull back to the base, get some equipment sorted, and possibly craft up some new armor pieces and clothes, and then make another foray tomorrow after I've had a night's sleep to clear up some of this injury. So thinking if there's anything else we can do between here and there. We've pretty much looted out everything between here and our base. Do I have... Yeah, I've got a 2-liter tank. Let's do this. I'm going to back off. We're going to head north, head back towards the other end of town. We'll stop at a car. Oops, turn off run mode. Running out of stamina. Whoa, alright. I have got a bloated zombie and a skeletal dog. Where did that bloated zombie come from? I didn't think that guy was that fast. That was running. Unless he came out of the building, I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, he's catching up to me. That guy's quick. When did those guys get so fast? Huh. Also, notice the amount of movement points it's taking me to move this cart over the ground as opposed to the sidewalk. It's almost twice as many movement points to move this over ground or dirt. I definitely need to let go of this. Still 177 just for me to walk this space, so it's still just adding the 10 points. So, alright, let's get throwing things here. Alright, well that worked out pretty well. So, ooh, I wasn't too worried about the bloated zombie damage-wise, but you can see this gas cloud that he releases. We're going to have to wait for that to subside. I don't want to deal with that in addition to my pain and everything else going on. Alright, so let's keep working our way north. For some reason that dog's not coming through the window. I don't know what's up with him. We're going to leave him there, though. Got a hazmat zombie out to our west. I don't think he's close enough to see us, but here's what I wanted to do. So we got 10% gasoline in this car. I'm going to siphon the gas out. So I've got a rubber hose in the cart, and I've got a 2-liter container in the cart. So if we examine the car, across the top you've got a bunch of different menus, and there is a siphon option. So we're going to hit S to siphon. We're going to say we want to pour it into a car, or into the container, I mean. And then it's going to ask us what container. We're going to say the 2-liter tank. Alright, and that was 2% of the gasoline. So that will have filled our 2-liter tank. So the other thing I wanted to check is I brought tools, and I think I'm clear enough here that we're going to try something. I'm not sure I've got everything I need, though. We're going to say We're going to say remove, but we're looking for... where do they put the gas tank on these vehicles? Not the trunk. There we go. Vehicle tank. So 60-liter vehicle tank with gas. If I try to remove that right here, so it only takes mechanics 2, a metal sawing tool with 2, and strength of 1 to... Oh, that's the quarter panel. Dang it. Had the wrong thing highlighted. But that'll work too. I'm going to try to remove this tank. It's going to take 27 minutes, so hopefully there's nothing near me. I'll get warned if anything approaches. I don't care about the explosion, so ignore that. Alright. And there we go. We have successfully removed a metal tank. Now, this metal tank is volume 60, so way more than we can carry typically, but what we can do, and there's a couple of possibilities here. One, I could run and grab the vehicle, our car, drive it back here and load it into the trunk of the car. That may be easier. I don't think... What's the weight on that thing? Only 21 pounds, so we should be able to carry this actually. So what I'm going to do is if I close that, and I'm going to store my knife spear in my inventory. I'm going to try to pick it up. It's going to say it's too heavy, but just like other items when you do this, it'll give you a menu of options, and it's asking if we want to wield it. Basically, if we want to hold it in our hands. And I'm going to say yes. So we're now carrying the 60-liter metal tank. And it's light enough that we haven't exceeded our weight capacity. So due to that, we're able to move normally. The only downside is, because I'm holding the tank in my hands, I wouldn't be able to fight. So if anything shows up that I need to deal with, I've got to drop this tank immediately and grab whatever weapon. But this is a way of moving things that are higher encumbrance than you could normally, or higher volume than you could normally put in your storage. So as long as they're in your hands, you're able to carry something beyond your encumbrance limits. So we're going to take advantage of that fact, and actually, while we're here, examine the vehicle. Yep, I almost forgot. Let's go over this one. I should have taken the tank out of a different vehicle because I believe I just dropped. Does it show this as having... Oh, it does have the gasoline, so metal tank with gasoline. So we actually just removed the entire tank instead of siphoning it, so we're taking the tank full of gasoline with us. That works great. Alright, so we're just going to head back to our base now. We're going to unload that gasoline into our car. And on our next trip out, I might take the car instead of the cart. We will use the trunk in the car for storage. We'll just have to make trips back to the car. Alright, so let's examine the vehicle. We're going to siphon... No, we're going to refill. So siphoning is taking out, refill is put in. So in the vehicle I'm examining, I want to refill the vehicle tank from the tank of gasoline. Alright, now we've got 12% gasoline and 20% battery. Much more comfortable. So that should be enough for us to tool around town as long as we don't do too much. So, perfect. And then the tank, I'm debating keeping it here. I think I'm going to drop the tank here. Oops, not the metal shot, the tank. Alright, we're going to drop the tank right there. And the reason for that is I'm going to make a funnel, and I'm going to put the funnel on that tank, and it will then accumulate rainwater. And we can then use that for drinking and cooking and so on. So that will hopefully, depending on how often it rains, fill up enough that we won't have to make more trips down to the swamp to refill our water. But that'll be a good part-time solution. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is unload some inventory. So let's stand here. That's the most centrally located space, so I can reach all of my main piles from this position. And bring up our advanced inventory. We're going to make this side. First we'll unload our dragged cart. And let's sort by category. Alright, so now it's got everything broken out into groupings, so I can look at my tools area and see what I need to drop in my tools pile, which is where I'm standing. So let's drop... all of that's the same basic. We're going to drop the fire extinguisher. The rest of it we're going to keep. Clothing goes into a different spot. Food is going up here, right there, right there. Alright, so we're going to drop the food, drop the glass jar in the raw materials pile. Oh yeah, I've still got the 2-liter tank of gas as well. We'll go pour that into the car here in a second. So our raw materials, most of the rest of this is going into. Alright, the army helmet's going up with the clothing, so that's about done. So we'll switch to our regular inventory now. And we really need to hit that grocery store and consolidate all these cash cards. That will be one of our goals when we head back that direction. Alright, heavy-duty flashlight. All of this can stay. I'm going to keep a hold of the sewing kit because we're probably going to be using it here in a few. We'll keep those. And the medical pile, we're going to keep antibiotics and aspirin on us. Keep the bandages. We'll go ahead and drop the first aid, improvised first aid kit. We'll just keep the 2 regular ones for now. Don't think I'll need the inhaler. We'll drop that here. And 1 each of those. Alright, and we'll drop the batteries. Alright, so that clears out the inventory other than the clothing. So let's run over to our clothing pile here. And alright, so we'll drop our filthy clothing into our smelly pile. And then the other items, let's drop that there too. And the other items will go into the standard pile. And we'll take a look at what we want to re-equip here from the piles in a minute, so I may end up picking 1 or 2 of those back up. But let's go take care of this gas can. We want to fill the vehicle tank from the metal tank. Alright. Great. Well, we got a few things accomplished. Took a little more damage than I was hoping for. Our pain is coming down. Do we still have the... No, we don't have that painkiller condition, so we'll go ahead and take another aspirin. I think that should be enough to take most of the rest of the edge off. Alright, so our inventory is fairly well settled out. Let's go ahead and eat some nachos. And we'll save our smoked meat. Make sure we always want to eat perishable goods first. Let's go ahead and just eat these fruit items real quick. And alright, what can we make? Let's go ahead and transfer. Let's look over our cart. Make this all, make this, oops. Actually, let's make this that, and that there. Alright, I got it figured out. Okay, and we'll start a fire. Let's use the matches. Okay, so cooking. Let's get some things cooked up here. Looking for things that I know are going to use some of the perishable goods. Always want to prioritize that. I can make some boiled eggs. Those I do need to worry about. Vegetable salad. No, that's all other than the 1 lettuce. That's all stuff that won't rot away. Fruit juice. Well, we've got... yeah, let's make some fruit juice. Use the plum. Use the standard water. And go ahead and consume it. Consume it. Yes. Alright, so we're full and slaked. Pain is moving down still. What else can we make here real quick? Some coffee. Go ahead and do some instant salad. Alright, we didn't collect any new meat that we need to smoke or dehydrate. The rest of this, I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to hold off on any of that. Alright, so got our cart unloaded, raw materials we brought back. Alright, first things first, let's try to make the funnel. So I've been wanting to make this for a while, so let's take a look, see if we're missing anything. We're still missing things. So thread, sinew, plant fiber, or yarn. Alright, that I can actually deal with. So right here you can see we're missing this line, or this category. We need 1 of these types of items. So thread is going to be the easiest for us to get. It'll take us a little bit of game time to get some, but it's not a problem. So the makeshift funnel, I'd rather not use or take apart any of my jugs or bottles. And metal funnel, we don't have a welder. So leather funnel it is. We just need some thread. So easy way to get thread. We're just going to find some rags. And let's grab just, let's do 3. We'll grab 3 rags. I'm going to drop them on the ground here at my feet. And then we're going to disassemble everything. And what I'm doing is I'm just stepping on them, hitting butcher, so shift B to butcher, and then we'll say to disassemble everything once. And it takes quite a while. If you watch the time frame here, it's going to take, I want to say 45 minutes or an hour per. So it's going to take 3. Close to 3 hours, so 15:45 is when we started. There's 2 hours, 3 hours, just a hair over 3 hours looks like. And there we have 300 thread. So each rag you disassemble is 100 thread, so 3 of them is 300 thread, makes sense. And that will give us enough. So we've still got enough daylight we can craft, so that's going to end here real soon. So let's get our funnel created. So find funnel and make a leather funnel. And we've successfully made a leather funnel. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the leather funnel right on top of the container we have outside. So let's go find our funnel, leather funnel right there. Sorry, did that wrong. We want to apply the funnel. So apply, and you'll see here it says for the action it says place. So apply the leather funnel, pick a direction, and right there it has now applied the funnel. It's a little hard to tell, but the funnel icon is kind of combined with the metal tank now, and if we examine it you'll get the option to take it down specifically. We're going to say no. Alright, and the metal tank status is showing as empty. There's nothing listed next to it. So as it accumulates rainwater, it will have a mention of the clear water that's accumulating. Alright, so we've got a metal tank, and we know we can pull more of those out of other vehicles, so I'm going to make sure to grab probably half a dozen more of those as we find wrecked vehicles or vehicles we know we're not going to do anything with, because I want a few of these to be out collecting rainwater, and they're also useful for other liquids that we're going to be accumulating. So once you get your fabrication, have the sawing tool and the mechanic skill to actually take things apart from the vehicles, your life can get a lot simpler. So that's why I focused on some of that stuff pretty early, and it's good to be aware of it. Alright, so I think what we'll do is, we are hungry, focus, we've read everything. I probably need to take some time to examine the clothing we've got. I'm going to probably do that between episodes. I will take a look at our inventory piles here, see what I want to do with the clothing. I don't want to go into analysis paralysis and have you guys just staring at an inventory pile for 15 minutes while I look through all this stuff. So I'll do that between episodes. I'm going to call this one here. Got some real life stuff coming up that I need to take care of, so I will go do that. I hope you've been enjoying the episode and the series. If you have, as usual, please hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below. Happy to get any comments that you care to throw my way, and that will help me know what I'm doing right and wrong and make better episodes for you. So hope to see you in the future episode, and have a good day. Bye-bye.